Very good morning to all of you. I'm delighted to be here at the AmChams of Asia Pacific Business Summit 2021. My name is Amol Gupte, and I'm the ASEAN Head and Citi's Country Officer for Singapore. Citi is pleased to be a platinum sponsor of the summit, which brings together AmChams and its members from across the region to address key issues facing the business community. Several developments and trends are going to shape the next few years as we work through the challenge of COVID-19. These trends will feature as discussion points over the next few days. Let me highlight a few key ones. US-China relations and trade. The new US administration's policies under President Biden and the US relationship with China will undoubtedly affect the global economic growth. The big question is how that relationship will unfold and the impact it will have on trade and supply chains in the region. US-China relations and trade. The new US administration's policies under President Biden and the US relationship with China will undoubtedly affect global economic growth. The big question is how that relationship will unfold and the impact that it's going to have on trade and supply chains in the region. Asia as a whole will likely see more activity around trade and trade agreements this year, with RCEP and CPTPP coming into sharp focus. RCEP will commence operation once 6 of the 10 ASEAN member states and 3 of the 5 non-ASEAN members ratify the agreement, with Jan 2022 thought to be the likely date. The CPTPP, comprising 11 countries across the Asia Pacific, is receiving interest from more countries. We are still awaiting an indication of interest from the United States, who was part of the original negotiating group. The second trend, ESG and sustainable finance. COVID-19 has given the world a chance to pause, reflect, and reset, and has brought climate change as a central focus for many countries and businesses. ASEAN governments already recognize the importance of rebuilding better using environmental, social, and corporate governance ESG principles as a key metric. As more businesses prioritize ESG, finance can play an important role in influencing the way companies operate. Indeed, investors' demand in the market for ESG financing solutions has also simultaneously rapidly grown in recent years. Today, there is $1.3 trillion in outstanding sustainable debt, which includes green, social, sustainability, and sustainability-linked bonds. The S&P forecasts that the issuance of such bonds will increase to $700 billion in 2021, up from just over $530 billion in 2020. The third trend is digital transformation and adoption that's impacted all of us. Finally, and equally importantly, COVID-19 has accelerated the use of technology, and we are seeing greater digital adoption resulting in the rise of e-commerce. Since the beginning of this year, just since the beginning of 2020, 40 million people in ASEAN have connected to the internet for the first time, compared to 10 million a year ago in 2019. By 2025, digital payments will account for almost 1 in every $2 spent in the region. This has come about because governments across ASEAN have committed to digitizing their economies, which in turn has created opportunities that will help drive economic recovery. Tech adoption during the pandemic, with more people working from home, will also likely influence the future of work. As we have known over the years, we now have to accept and adapt to many new normal situations. At Citi, we are aligning our business to meet these new challenges, as we believe that the financial sector has a critical role to play in the transition to a low-carbon and a digital economy that will be an engine of growth for the future. It is hence timely that I'm able to introduce Mr. Heng Keat, Deputy Prime Minister, Coordinating Minister for Economic Policies, and Minister for Finance for Singapore, and hear his thoughts on the outlook for the region and how we can work together across borders to emerge stronger. As Minister for Finance, Mr. Heng oversees the revenue and expenditure policy of Singapore and the allocation of resources to achieve national security, economic, and social objectives. He also chairs the tripartite Future Economy Council, which oversees the ongoing restructuring of the Singapore economy through upgrading of skills of workers and the transformation of the industry. In addition, Mr. Heng chairs the National Research Foundation, which sets the direction for Singapore's research and innovation. In this role, he brings together universities and research communities with businesses to create a more vibrant, innovative ecosystem. Mr. Heng also serves as the advisor to the Multi-Ministry Task Force on COVID-19 and the National Jobs Council. Thank you very much, DPM Heng, for engaging with us as part of the AmChams of Asia Pacific Business Summit 2021. We look forward to hearing your policy insights and perspectives today.